Hey boys and girls, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about the next generation of Sprout. Where I grew up with Sprout. We're going to talk about the history of Sprout. In next week's video, I'm going to talk about the history of Sprout, which will be tomorrow, premiering at 9 a.m. at like 7 p.m. Tune into that tomorrow. Now, enough with the video. Let's get started. Enough with that little announcement. Let's get started. Basically, my history of Sprout. We're going to talk about Sprout was pretty much my childhood. Besides, if I didn't have Disney Junior, the second thing I would watch, the second most channel I watched was Sprout. First was always Disney Junior. Second was PBS Kids Sprout. And then next, the regular PBS Kids. Third was Nickelodeon. That was when I was a bit older and I still watch it to this day. Cartoon Network. Number 5. I think my top 5 most watched channels are. That'll be for next week's video. I have a lot of things planned. So let's get started. So, we're going to talk about the history of Sprout. So, Sprout originally started back in late 2005, and then went through a little history of Sprout. And then we're talking about my childhood. First, it came out in late 2005. Then, in 2006, one of the shows got fired because of some pregnancy or whatever. It's really sad. It's really frustrating for me that someone is, like, the people at PBS Kids Sprout or whoever the hell should be fired for that. They shouldn't let it because of a pregnancy. That's so rude of them. That's so racist. Sort of. But still. They shouldn't be banned because of pregnancy. Just give them like a suspension. Instead, not being fired. They could have waited. Maybe they could replace it just for temporary and then make her come back in the next few seasons. But why would you do that? Whatever. Enough of that. Let's get started. Next. Alright, next. Then in 2009, the Wiggles moved from Playhouse Disney, now called Disney Junior, to Sprout, to PBS Kids Sprout. In August of 2009, and then 2010, there was a brand new show called Doodle, whatever the hell it's called, that little doodle show where they make little crafts and stuff. You have the idea. If you watched Sprout before, you've seen that. Whatever the hell it's called. I gotta watch it. I gotta figure this out before I have to edit, you know? I'll show you at the end. I'll show you my results, and I'll be editing for a little while, so yeah. Now, the next part we'll be talking about is... So, we're going to be talking about the next part, which is, next one we'll talk about is 2010, or 2011, and 2013. So, basically, in which, this is when I started watching Sprout. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. And now, it is beautiful as, yeah, and it's at this one I was started watching Sprout, you know. And then Sprout decided to just get rid of the PBS Kids and just completely got rid of the PBS Kids and just called it Sprout. And it was solid, I guess, because they didn't have a relation to PBS Kids anymore, I guess. That's why they booted it in, like, November 11, 2013, which fun fact, 6 years later, exactly 6 years later, which is like a week, exactly 6 years later, in 2019, Blue's Clues and You actually premiered, but that's a little fun fact. Yeah, that was 6 years after that got removed. So that's pretty cool. Kind of coincidence, 6 years later. That's kind of a coincidence, which is pretty cool, I guess. Now, enough of that. Let's get back to the video. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's go. All right. Next thing, we're going to be talking about Now we're going to go to before present day, like 2017, 2019 to 2019. And then we'll talk about my childhood of Sprout and what the shows were I watched. And yeah, let's get started. Let's get it. Alright, let's do this. Wow, let's go to next thing. The next section is a brand new version of Sprout. On April 1st, 2017, a few hours later, before the rebrand happened, they announced and advertised that Sprout was be rebranded to Universal Kids, which I thought for a second it would actually be fake, but then I realized it was so real. Oh man, I was so upset because I grew up watching Sprout instead of Universal Kids, and I was really sad to see it was gone. I mean, it wasn't gone, but it was rebranded. Some of the little shows like Barney and Friends rebrand until like 2022 or 2023, not too sure. Late 2022 or 2020 and early 2023 around this span before 2023 started. So yeah, basically this is very sad. So yeah, and then Sprout almost got canceled, and to present day Sprout, it just airs Kokomo and Flugels. I mean, Flugels was a decent show when I was younger, I'll be talking about that in a few minutes. Talk about in a second, and then they just air Pokemon, which I really hate. I'll tell you how Pokemon one day, once I'm older. So we're gonna tell you about Pokemon in 2015, one in 2027. We'll be talking about it for the 10. I know, it actually started in 2007. So we're gonna talk about the 25th anniversary and tell how bad it is. Let's see. All right, enough of that. Okay, let's do this. All right, before I end the video, we gotta do something first. Before I end the video, we're gonna tell you about. Before this video ends, I gotta explain something. Here we go. I grew up watching Sprout. And any of you who worked at Sprout and got fired, I'm so sorry and thank you. And I wanted to give you a little thank you for making my childhood all good. You made my childhood really good. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but still good. It wasn't perfect because, not all life's perfect. But still, you made my childhood really good for shows. And I used to love them. And I always wanted to watch them again. Now, recently, I've been watching a video called The Decline of Sprout. It's pbskids Sprout. What happened to pbskids Sprout? That was the news video by La Lucy or whatever that girl named channel is called. But I still love that video. I actually watched it before this video started to get a little evidence on that on that little stuff, what I'm talking about in this video. Basically, if you want I'll link in the description about that video. Link is in the description. I'll post a little link after it comes out, like 10 minutes later. Okay, let's get started. All right, anyway, the final thing I want to do is to remember Sprout by giving a little song. 3, 2, 1, make me a little cringe. Oh, Sprout, you were the best channel. You were the best channel. I always loved you. Why can't you just go back to the big things I've always loved to do? Alright, enough of that cringe stuff. Let's get started. That was a little cringe. I'm sorry for that little cringe stuff. I'm just making a little song to remember Sprout. It's almost 20th anniversary, so in a few years, in like 2 more years, it'll be the 20th anniversary. So to celebrate, I might be able to watch every single show. I'll try and watch every single promo for it. I'm really excited. Alright, let's get started. Like in every single Sprout show they aired for that 20th anniversary. Ready, set, go. Alright, and in tomorrow's video, I'm going to start ranking every single Sprout show, so it'll be a 2-parter. This is part 1, history of Sprout, get the idea. Okay, I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I am ready. We're going to talk about Sprout. I am all ready to go. And now, all I have to do is to end the video. Alright, boys and girls, before I end this video, I want to be a little sponsor into Angry Birds 2. Angry Birds 2 is a free-to-play mobile game which is filled with thrilling levels. It gives you a classic taste of the Angry Birds, but in a modern style, and trust me, there's no ads. Just joking. And just kidding, there is ads, but make sure to watch this ad to get rid of them. You will, okay? Download Angry Birds 2, and thanks for the sponsor, and thanks for Angry Birds 2 for sponsoring this video. Man, Sprout has been it's come a long journey before Sprout became so bad. It's been a long journey. Sprout started all the way in 2005, and I started watching it between the dark age of the dawn of the dark age, which is kind of sad of me. I was just born between the age of like 2006 2008, but I guess I wasn't. I guess my mom didn't want me too early because they just got married the year before, the year Sprout aired, I guess. So yeah, I had to wait until I was born. Alright, that'll end today's video. See you all in the next video. Bye. I'll see you all in next week's video. Tomorrow, I mean. I'll see you tomorrow in the video. Bye, boys and girls. We're ranking every single Sprout show. Bye.